right, here we go. The first one. My girlfriend is mad at me for literally no reason. What should I do about it? So we've been together for 3 years. Last week, her parents were moving to a new house and I helped them with the move. My girlfriend was there and other family and another couple was there and her friends was there as well. We were all working together. On this day, everything was fine and we didn't have any problems. The next day after the move, out of complete nowhere, my girlfriend texted me saying she isn't coming back to my house and is not staying with me anymore. She said she's staying with her parents and she said she was only coming by my house to pick up her things and leave. 10 minutes later, she showed up and was all mad, throwing her stuff in her car. I asked about what was going on and she told me not to worry about it. I was asking her all these questions and she just got an attitude with each answer. When she left, I texted her, I don't know what's going on, but whatever it is, leave the drama at your parents' house. Yeah, that's what you want to tell your partner. Leave the drama at your parents' house. I do not want to be involved in it. She didn't respond back. I can't think of anything I did to offend her or for her to act like this. I was thinking to myself if I did something wrong when I was helping her parents move or I said something to offend her. I don't know. What should I do about it? Well, one, it sounds, the one leave your drama at your parents' house sounds very immature. It's an immature response to what your partner is going through right now. So let's look at yourself first in this situation, because these kind of things don't happen out of nowhere. Your girlfriend for 3 years. Y'all didn't mention y'all age, so I'm going to assume y'all, this response reaction here, I'm going to assume early 20s, mid 20s. Let's think about this. This didn't happen out of nowhere. There's either a conversation that happened weeks ago, months ago, she's not telling you about, but whatever it is, y'all had a discussion and didn't go well or something happened and you may get into an argument about it. The response at the end here where you told her, leave the drama at your parents' house, that right there shows me you guys, y'all get into arguments, y'all don't talk about it. You either say, well, I'm not dealing with this, I'm moving on, or you guys just kind of shut it off and let that stuff build up. Well, what happened, something built up and she snapped. And she's like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not, going through it. She probably already went through this breakup 2 weeks prior to you even got to this point. And now you're experiencing the breakup. You just didn't know you was having it because you pretty much thought everything was clean under the rug when in reality it wasn't clean. What should you do about this? Reach out to her. Say, hey, I'm not sure what happened. I would love to sit down and talk things out and see, what's going on and just kind of like figure out how what we're going to go from this situation. I would sit there and have that conversation with her versus leave the drama at your parents' house. No, because leaving the drama at your parents' house is why you're in the situation right now. Reach out to your girlfriend, talk to her, have a conversation, because as of right now, what's happening that your relationship is pretty much about to be gone in a blink of an eye because you didn't take the moment to figure out what was going on here and ask questions. This is a moment where you need to be empathetic, open up, open your ears, be empathetic, and be ready to sit and have a conversation. This conversation is not going to be easy. She's going to say things to you that you're not going to like. She's going to say things to you that you're going to have a complete contradiction to. But here's the thing. She's going to live out her emotion. She's going to pretty much put her emotion on the table, and she's not going to be thinking clearly when she's going to be talking. So take everything she says, listen to her, and hear what she has to say. Take what she says in, evaluate it. Heck, I probably wouldn't even speak when she starts talking. I'll just let her talk and let her get everything off her chest because she sounds like she's been balling things up. This didn't come out of nowhere. You gotta ignore the signs and then it hit, or you pretty much been dismissive of everything and that's why it's happening. So sit down, have a conversation with her, go to a neutral spot, maybe a coffee shop, maybe sit outside a coffee shop if she don't want to come to your house, but have a conversation and see, and maybe coffee shop probably wouldn't be a good spot. Maybe go to her parents' house. Maybe you can go out there and it'd be awkward to sit outside and have a conversation. But yeah, maybe go to her parents' house and have a conversation outside, like on the front porch or something. Hopefully nobody's around, or maybe the back porch, somewhere where you guys can have a moment to get away, but you guys also, she feels safe enough to open up. So that's what you want. But yeah, good luck to you, because that didn't happen out of nowhere. You just ignore some things. All right, next one. Regret having sex on third date. We were co-workers before. He helped me out a lot at work, so I am really thankful for that. After I quit 2 months later, he texted me to go to the museum together. The first and second date went very well. On the third one, because neither of us could bring others home, we just sat in the car and drank. Then we kissed and booked a hotel. I don't know why he became so cold after sex. He just played on his phone and ate snacks on his side. No cuddling or talking. I tried to talk to him, but he didn't respond to me at all. Also, he just asked for a hug at the end of the first 2 dates, but when I feel he even didn't want to say goodbye in the third one. We are both 21. He is a tough lover. The sex is kind of hurt to me. Now he don't text me anymore. I feel so bad. I feel so regretful to have sex with him easily. What is the right time to have sex? I literally don't know what to do in the future. There isn't a right time to have sex. Right now you're having regret. You thought you talked to somebody who wanted more than, just sex. You guys was co-worker, you knew each other, and sound like this dude right here, in his head, he wasn't ready to take that next step in the relationship. Yes, he want to have sex. He got that. But it sounded like from there, he knew okay, I actually don't want to be in a partnership with this person. I just want to hook up with this person. I got my hookup. Here I am. That's his own thing. That's him. And right then and there, right now that, okay, this guy right here is not the best partner for you. Forget him. Throw him out the window. It's not worth it. As far as you go and how you handle this going forward, only have sex when you're ready to have sex. And don't look at sex like the way to put it. Not everyone thinks sex is a moment of connection and thinks sex is something that once you have sex, you're stuck with this person forever. Now, everybody looks at sex that way. Some people look at sex as a novelty and something to do to have fun with. So with that being in mind, and know that okay, well, for you, sex is something more than just a fun time. It's a moment to have connection, the moment to bond with somebody. That case, don't have sex until you're truly ready to have sex. There isn't a perfect time to have sex. It depends on who you talk to. It's going to be different. One person going to tell you, heck, 1 day is enough for me. Another person tell you 45 minutes after meeting somebody, it's enough for me. Another person will tell you, I'm not having sex till marriage. Another person will tell you, I'm not having sex until we're a 5-year relationship. And one person will tell you, I'm not having sex for 90 days. So it depends on what you feel that you're ready for sex is. If your limit for sex is hey, I don't want to have sex until, date 7, date 12, date 50, keep that. But I wouldn't let that person know that either, because you don't want somebody dating you just for the goal line of, all right, I got to make it to 7 dates and I can have sex. No, you don't want to have that goal line. What you want is hey, for me internally, I know I want to make sure I'm actually with a person. I'll make sure I'm actually feeling a person enough to have sex with. Heck, you can be, I want to have sex until I'm in a relationship with you. And then after that, if that person's prerogative be yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to find somebody else. Or, you know what? It'd be cool. Sex is fun, but I actually want to get to know you as well and get to date you and see how you are before we have, for sex. And heck, if you get in a relationship and y'all realize y'all don't work together sexually, y'all can always break it up. You're not married yet, so there you go. But there isn't a perfect time to have sex. There isn't. It's Have sex when you're ready to have sex. And when you are ready to have sex, don't put this whole thing of like, well, they have to be into me and they have to love me and they have to be ready to have this relationship with me. This is why we're doing it. No. You gotta take into account that that person's ideal of sex is gonna be different from what your ideal of sex is. And you can ask them what this person views sex. That's how you know right then and there. If they tell you, oh, sex is just fun, it's a good thing, I don't really care about it, like it is what it is, then you know right then and there to be like, all right, this person's not for me. This person's not the person to have sex with, and I'm going to say toodles and dip. But you hear somebody like, no, sex to me is a bond. I want to make sure I'm having sex with the right person. I'm just not looking to hook up with anybody. Then you're like, all right, I can see where their mindset is at. But the moral of the story is only have sex when you're ready to have sex. And do not put, well, I'm ready to have sex and sex means this for me. It should mean the same thing for you. Do not do that to somebody, because one, when you do that to somebody, put that stress on somebody that's like, oh, sex has to be the same for you that it means for me. It will cause you a lot more grief and heartache because they're not gonna look at it the same way. You can ask somebody what their viewpoint is on sex before you give your viewpoint to see what they think of it. But I wouldn't try to be like, you have to think the same way about me when it comes to sex, because that's gonna make you feel crappy down the line. But have sex when you want to have sex. Don't put yourself in a situation to have sex and then regret it. So this sucks that he didn't want to do the same thing, but he probably had a lot going on. I don't know the dude's thing, and maybe something you talk to him about, because you only been on 2 dates with him. You really didn't know the guy. Work personality and outside work personality are two different things. One person might present themselves completely different at work and then completely different outside of work. So keep that in mind. And then two, the no cuddling thing. If that's something you want, the cuddle and talk after sex, find somebody who enjoys that too. Ask somebody what they like. What do you like to do after sex? Do you like to cuddle and talk, or you like, all right, get up and leaving? That'd be a good question to ask on a second date or third date. All right, moving on. Has she lost interest? Hi everyone, I'm hoping to get different views and opinions about what you guys think of my situation. The story goes like this. In the world, I'm playing water, earth, fire, air, all the nations live in harmony, but everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. I'm playing. All right. Anyway, I'm a 23 male who was heir to the throne of the Fire Nation, and my father burnt me. No, I'm sorry. I'm a 23 male, been talking to this girl, female 22, for like 5 days straight, morning till midnight every day. Then one day we didn't chat to each other, just a whole day only. Or just for a whole day only. They didn't chat each other for a whole day only. Then the next day comes, I try to initiate a conversation. She responded and everything is still the same. We're still close and she still talks to me the same way. But one thing changed is she replies so slow now. And after some time, she leaves me seen or on red. It's been 3 days that I've been trying to have a conversation with her, but she just replies slow and doesn't continue the conversation long anymore and leaves me on red. What I'm curious about is we were so close to each other just a few days ago and even chat until midnight nonstop. Then just after not chatting for 1 day, she immediately turned like that. What do you guys think is the problem? What would you do if that happened to you? I'm open to positive or negative opinions, so feel free to comment what you think. Thanks for helping me out, guys. Very appreciative. I don't think English was his first language, but what happened was you spent 5 days straight talking to a girl, probably online or you met in text, whatever the case would be. But you didn't take action. You didn't take action. You sat and had a conversation with her all day long, and you're having this conversation. Good, great, amazing. It's good back and forth, good banter. But you didn't get her off the phone. You didn't get her in person for a date. If that's what you was going for. Now, you looking for a pen pal, dude, I want to tell you, like, okay, cool, but you can't get mad at your pen pal when they stop responding to you. Texting, this is not FaceTiming. This is not a date. This is not a phone call. You're texting back and forth. And texting, until you get them in person, it does have, there's no hurry to a text. There's no rush to a text. If somebody texts you, it isn't about being at X location in 2 hours, or hey, I'm at this person here, I'm on my way. If it doesn't give you anything about like a destination and a setup, at this point, it's all just noise in the wind. Texting, you have to get them off of texting. You can't just let them text. Get them off the phone. Get them off the phone. Meet them in person. Where you went wrong, because she gave you 5 days. That is very generous. She gave you 5 days of good back and forth banter from morning to midnight. That is very generous. From morning to midnight, and she's sitting here wondering, when is he going to invite me out on a date? Why hasn't he invited me out on a date? He must not be interested in me because he's not inviting me out. Versus you're super interested in this girl. And you got to think you have a good back and forth, and you got to think you're really close, but in reality, you wasn't close at all. Texting does not close the gap. It does not make you closer. Heck, I can be whoever I want behind a text. But in person, you get my real personality. You get who I can be. There's no thinking and trying to calculate how to respond. It's my first reaction, my facial expression. You know how I am right there in person. Texting, I can sit there and cultivate a text, make it perfect, send it out, find the perfect GIF, find the perfect picture to throw to this, send it out, perfect emoji. In person, somebody does, the running man and then do the whip nay, I'm like, what? Like out of nowhere? Why are you doing the cha-cha slide? Calm down. Well, they're not even playing the cha-cha slide. Why are you doing it? Like you'll get my actual reaction versus a give somebody did a cha-cha slide, like respond back to cha-cha slide. Funny. Ha ha. Back to my thing. She could be talking to somebody else. That's a possibility. Somebody else got her attention and now she's actually going on a date with them because they actually made a move. But that's what happened. You took too long. And she's now losing interest because somebody else is actually taking her time and somebody else is actually taking her on a date. She probably was interested there for that week, but you just became a pen pal and she don't got time for pen pals. Now, what can you do in the situation? You can reach out to her and say, hey, apologize for the long wait. What are you doing this weekend? I'd like to take you out. And see if she responds. If she responds back to that, then right then and there, yeah. She's looking for that date, and she's not trying to have a pen pal. So that'd be my advice to you. Reach out and say, hey, can I take you on a date? When are you free? And matter of fact, you can say, when are you free, or what your Friday night looks like. If you're open, let's meet at this restaurant. Let's go get something to eat. Let's go bowling. Let's go do something. Let's go have fun. Like, get them off the app. Get them off the phone. Because right now they're on the phone and they're getting occupied by somebody else. Thank you for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating. I really appreciate it. If there's another episode you want to watch, you can look at it right there. If you want to subscribe to the page and watch more content, it's down here. Also, you have a question about dating, you want to put it in the comment section, go ahead and do it. Or you can send me your dating question to my email of alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. And I will answer your question on the next episode of Nerdy Dating. Thank you so much for watching the show. I appreciate you and keep being awesome.